Here's a Valentine's Day idea for you. Don't fuss with dolling yourself up for some impossible-to-get dinner reservations. Instead, stay in, fire up your gaming machine, and spend some quality time with these best video game couples. For all the high-stakes escapades and end-of-the-world shenanigans Nathan Drake and Elena Fisher get wrapped up in, it's refreshing to know that they're still just a regular couple at the end of the day. What makes their marriage work is, well, just that. It's work. Nothing is sugar-coated about the emotional strain put on both of them, as they balance the scales between adventure and domesticity. They're a crash course in the fact that, even though couples will bicker over the most trivial of things, you'll always have someone by your side to walk along the beach and watch the sunrise. Who knew a blue-hued hologram bidding farewell to a giant action figure with infinity inches of plastic covering his face would make for one of the most memorable gut punches in gaming history? Though Master Chief and Cortana are more militaristic comrades than lovers, their relationship has all the makings of a classic love story. I can see the tagline for the movie poster now. In the beginning, she needed him. In the end, he needed her. Cortana may be an AI and Chief may look like just a lumbering robot, but the bond between them proves that their affection for one another is real enough to span the whole of the universe. Valentine's Day might be all flowers and candy, but love itself isn't always as bright. As anyone who embodied Jackie Estacado on his otherworldly journey to finally say goodbye to his girlfriend Jenny in the darkness can attest to, sometimes it's downright bleak. Jackie and Jenny were classic lovebirds, met each other in their sandbox days, had no one in the world but each other. No matter how adult the world around them became, they remained just two kids in love. Even though their lives end in tragedy, their connection remains intact, proving that true love never dies and there is always a light at the end of the dark. A spoiled playboy gets left for dead by his brother, only to be resurrected by a peacekeeping nanobiologist? It's a Nicholas Sparks movie waiting to happen. Mercy and Genji's yin and yang upbringings and personalities are proof that opposites attract. And it's that contrast that makes their affection fascinating. There's so much they can teach to each other and learn from each other. Also, come on, she is his literal guardian angel and he is her literal knight in shining armor. This romance novel practically writes itself. February 14th isn't just for those in committed relationships, and Mass Effect 2 illustrates that perspective with Shepard and Garrus. After swapping double entendres about sparring sessions and easing tension, the date night scene between human and alien is actually kind of beautiful, even though it's only meant as a one-time event. Their union is awkward for the characters to be sure, but it isn't fetishized or played for laughs for the player. It's an endearing example of how sometimes all a person needs is a moment of comfort with someone they trust. When the blitzball player met the summoner, am I right? Fans are still up in arms over how the romance between Tidus and Yuna concluded in Final Fantasy X. Look at them, so sweetly and innocently falling for each other as they march on their pilgrimage to destroy Sin, the whale monster, and then bloop, world-saving sacrifice. Such a somber and delightful courtship thwarted by a bittersweet downer of an ending. But it's okay, because Square Enix gave us the less than stellar FFX-2, which reunited them. So at least they got the last laugh. Where most princesses in games play a passive role as trophies for the player to obtain, Zelda breaks the mold. In later entries for the Legend of Zelda series, she teams up with Link in battle, bringing magic and special weapons to the fight. It's that teamwork sensibility that makes the togetherness of this cute, adorable duo unique. It's never made explicit in the games that they're a quote-unquote couple. They're just with each other, whether performing daily activities or embarking on an epic quest. It's the fantasy relationship, literally. And since they're going on their 20th year, clearly they're doing something right. What couples do you think best epitomize the L word in video games? Leave your suggestions in the comments, along with reasons why I'm crazy for not including Mario and Peach on this list. You're watching esports on PvP Live.